Hey guys, it's Jay the Vaping Guy. This is the last of the 7. I've had to count it every time. How do I not keep track of 7? Anyways, this is the last of 7 reviews for the eSteem Eliquid process series. This one here is Sinful Hearts. And I'll start off with the same preface. I am not being paid for this. I did get all of these juices for free. They were for review purposes. I am not being paid for this. I'm not paying for it. My opinion is my opinion. I also discovered through this that I've become a bit of a vape snob when it comes to e-juices. I have come to prefer multi-tonal complex flavors, which is then again interesting, and it'll play into this one a little bit. And I've had to remember that some people just want to taste one taste. So, on to the review. This is Sinful Hearts. Now, my first thought when I saw this was that I was going to get a Red Hots, not Red Hots, like little, the Valentine's cinnamon heart thingies. That was my first thought. You know, Sinful Hearts. Cinnamon. I thought that's what it was going to be. I thought I was going to love this one the most. It's actually probably my least favorite of them all. Because it didn't come out the way that I expected it to. Which, with the name, I suspect that maybe the name needs some clarification. Or possibly maybe change the name or something. To me, when I read Sinful Hearts, I'm expecting to have a cinnamon heart, Valentine's cinnamon heart, little red cinnamon hearts. I didn't get that. Gotta top up. I've actually figured out this is actually much easier using my iPhone. Problem is I don't have a stand for it, so I'm holding on to it. Alright. 2, 3. There we go. Nice little drizzle in there. Cap. Instead of getting a cinnamon heart vape, I'm getting like a cinnamon bun. It's a baked good. And for me, I guess my minor frustration here is where I have had all the other 6 flavors all be a straight this is this. This is this. This is this. This is this. To have one that is so out of tune with the name, it throws me off a bit. My mentality is if you know that a vendor is going to sell a product at, and it's all, it's going to be true to the name, and then you have one that throws it off, to me that's maybe a mislabeled. It's not a bad vape, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad vape. It is a nice vape. But it bugged me. I'm sorry. It did. It bothered me that the Sinful Hearts isn't a cinnamon heart. It's a bakery juice, which is I'm not the world's biggest fan of bakery juices. So what I can taste is I can taste the cinnamon bun. I can taste like a frosting. It's kind of sweet. The cinnamon is very muted. Again, when I was looking expecting this, I'm expecting to have a nice heavy hit of cinnamon. I'm not getting that. But again, for a second, I'm going to put aside what my expectation was. What I'm getting is I'm getting a very nice cinnamon bun. It's nice and There is a bakery element to it, like the baked, sweet bread. You're getting a mild sugared cinnamon sugar, kind of a frosting edge to it. It's really nice. It's just, again, because it's a bakery. I'm not the world's biggest fan of bakery vapes, so that throws me off on one point. Again, my expectation and what I got when I read it, from when I read it to when I vaped it, that threw me off. Unfortunately, this is the one that I'm not a huge fan of, simply because it failed to meet my expectations. When I read the one thing and I get something else, it throws me off. Um, when I get a cinnamon, I don't like bakery. There's a number of issues that I have with it, and here's the catch: there are issues that this guy has with it. They're not bad. There's nothing bad with this. It doesn't taste bad. It doesn't have, weird tastes and weird throw-offs. It's not over sugared. It's not too, I have had a couple bakery vapes that have tasted like puke. It literally tasted like throw-up. I've had one that tasted like somebody had yeasted it to death. This doesn't have that. This tastes like a nice bakery. It tastes like a nice cinnamon sugar, nice mild cinnamon sugar. There's an icing sugar to it too. I don't know if the two are combined, and I'm just catching, trying to picture what it like. When I vape, this is how I vape. I vape it. I kind of close my eyes and I'm like, what do I taste? And I try to get a picture in my head of what I'm tasting. And that's what the image I get is. I literally get a great big, not a Cinnabon, but like a big cinnamon roll, and it's really good for what it is. If you like cinnamon roll vapes, you will probably, almost assuredly, like this. I don't like cinnamon roll vapes. I don't like bakery vapes. So my expectations and my preferences has put this at the bottom of my list. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it, because everybody vapes different. I can't stand tobaccos. I cannot stand banana. There are people who love their nana vapes. GNK makes apparently one of the best nana vapes out there. I couldn't even vape it. Just opening the bottle made my stomach twist. So keep that in mind. As much as this is a not positive from me, that doesn't mean it's a bad review. It doesn't mean it's a bad juice. It's just not my juice. It's not something that I want. The only thing that I have to say that is negative overall, that would apply to anybody who would vape this, is the fact that it doesn't. The image that is given out by the Sinful Hearts title throws you off from what you actually get. My suggestion to the company at some point in time, and again, this is eCulture Store, information will be at the bottom, is think about maybe changing the name. Because when you get a Sinful Heart and it tastes like a cinnamon bun, like a cinnamon roll, that just throws you. And like I said, everything else that they had, and if you watch the other 6 reviews, this tastes like this. It's called this, it tastes like this. It's amazing. That's what I like. I like to see something should come out the way they claim it's going to come out. Even when you have multi-tonal vapes, if the multi-tonal vape says, okay, this is going to be blueberry, blackberry, and watermelon, and you can taste blueberry, blackberry, and watermelon, they've done the job right. You don't have to like that particular combination. If they've done that correctly, and you can taste a true blueberry, a true watermelon, a true blackberry, they have done their job right. If they had sold this it had been titled, and watch me go online, because I'll be honest, I actually haven't looked at the titles, the individual things on their the website, and I may pull up, and I probably will do it, and if I do, I'll annotate it down below. If I pull up this Sinful Hearts and it says it's a cinnamon roll, my bad. I actually didn't do my research the way I should have. I just realized that now. I'm sorry. So if that's the case, scrap everything else I said, because they've clarified that. But when I saw Sinful Hearts, my mentality was it was going to be such and such and such and such. And it wasn't. It was a bakery. I'm not a big fan. Beyond that, if you like cinnamon roll vapes, this will probably hit your tone. I can't say it will because I don't know what your tone is. You might like a yeastier bun than somebody else. You might like cinnamon that's a little more powerful than somebody else. You know, there's so many different variables. My opinion is my opinion, yours is yours. And neither of them is wrong because it's my palate versus your palate. Anyways, I'm rambling on. This is probably going to be the longest video. So, not my favorite. Not my personal favorite. I have a slight issue with the title. But it's still probably going to be good for people out there who want what this is. You know, if you like cinnamon buns, you're probably going to like this. Anyways, I'm just going over and over the same ground. Jay the Vaping Guy, signing off.